South by Southwest, it's a pilgrimage for the lost. Much like people in the Islam religion, the religion of Islam, pilgrimage to Mecca to be closer to Allah.
Mm-hmm.
People that are deeply lost, deeply broken, pilgrimage to Austin, Texas every year to go to South by Southwest to celebrate loneliness. It gives you primary access to all South by Southwest conferences and events, exhibitions, and comedy showcases. You get secondary access to every brunch orgy. Well, that's interesting.
But Fed's not done, and I'm going to tell you why.
Welcome back to Sean's Show, episode 32. I'm here as always with my Arab producer, Josh Kabaza.
What's up?
How do you feel about what's going on in the Middle East right now as an Arab?
Well, death to all the infidels.
Of what culture are the infidels?
Not mine.
Not your culture, which is?
You know what you said.
See, who are the infidels these days? I'm sorry, my voice is shot. I had a little bit of a cold, guys. Forgive me.
He was doing cocaine. Right?
I was really yelling. I was yelling at my girlfriend all night long, and it was she didn't get that, like, you know, I wanted my burger well done, and I had to like teach her a lesson. And so that's why my voice is shot. But we're gonna get through it. That's not a joke. It's a real thing. We don't do jokes on the show. So welcome back. We're here. We have all the hottest stories. All the hottest stories this week. It's been a very big week for the culture. A very big week for politics, and a very big week for your boy Sean Reilly. A bit of personal news. I have AIDS.
Wow.
AIDS stands for autistic immunodeficiency sex robot. I bought AIDS. I bought a sex robot.
The R is silent.
I bought an autistic sex robot, and
Of age.
of age.
Yes.
12.
Oh, jeez.
No, you know, isn't that a thing like where like people are like talking about? Well, before we get, I feel like we start every show with pedophilia. We really gotta stop starting the show with pedophilia. People click off. People click away when you start talking about kid fucking.
Yeah.
People are like, oh, hit the X.
Yep.
You know, the show's growing though. We have a good growing listener base. So thank you if you're tuning in for the first time. Thank you so much. And we're gonna talk about South by Southwest. I am in Austin. We're talking about South by Southwest. It's a very hot festival. It's the festival of everything, and why that is bad. We're coming up. We're gonna talk about Boeing. I mean, every day a fucking plane seems to go, something goes wrong with a Boeing plane. And as a guy that flies a lot, this is good for me because I want to die. We're going to talk about the Oscars, Oscar moments, and the various acts. So some little sneak peek. Some actors protested. Well, there were protests of the Oscars, and then there were also actors that wore a cute little pin protesting the genocide in their Chanel suits and gowns. And then we're going to close it out with some updates on TikTok and whether or not it's going to be banned. So let's jump in. Thanks for listening. I didn't get any questions from my Facebook group this week because I forgot to answer the questions last week.
Oh.
And I think everyone just like, that's how like fucking hard it is to keep people. Like you lose them instantly. You miss 1 week.
Well, I mean, they put in the effort to get the questions, and you didn't even answer them. I mean,
I did answer them on the Facebook group.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you know what? Actually, I'll do that today. We'll answer the questions from 2 weeks ago that I already answered on Facebook. If you want to ask a question and get in touch with me directly, facebook.com/groups/Sean Show. All right, let's get into some fun shit. South by Southwest. South by Southwest is one of these festivals that tries to be everything, and in doing so is nothing. I walk around Austin and I see these people from all over the world. Brazilians, Russians.
How'd you know they're Brazilian?
They were talking in Portuguese.
Okay.
But
not from Portugal.
They could be from Portugal.
Yeah. Was it their asses?
It was their skin tone. I'll be honest.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
No, it's people from all over the world coming to Austin, Texas. For what reason? I don't know. It's South by Southwest. It's a pilgrimage for the lost. Every person that's lost in their life, whether it be career-wise or they're lonely in their personal life, they have no friends. It's a pilgrimage, much like people in the Islam religion, the religion of Islam, pilgrimage to Mecca to be closer to Allah.
Mm-hmm.
People that are deeply lost, deeply broken, pilgrimage to Austin, Texas every year to go to South by Southwest to celebrate loneliness and to celebrate just truly zero connectedness with anything or anyone in their life. Drinks fly. QR codes are plastered everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And the QR codes will not bring you truth. The QR codes will not bring you truth. And that's my lesson today. QR codes will lead you to a path of destruction.
I like how they went to all the light posts and like wrap basically condoms around them.
They did.
Yeah.
So that people could flyer
and that way they could take it off.
It would be easy for them to take it off. Yeah. And actually, see, if you're not in Austin and you're not at South by, what are you doing? But if,
where you at?
Then are you living under a rock? If you're not at South by, I have tremendous respect for you. Everyone with a South by badge is just a fuck. I'm sorry. You are beyond a loser. Is there something beyond a total fucking loser? Just a fucking, beyond a robot?
Mm-hmm.
These people are literally the AI that they're trying to develop is already more sentient than anyone with a South by Southwest badge. People that go to South by Southwest, and again, I want to reiterate here, if you don't know what the festival is, I don't know what it is either. No one knows. No one knows what South by Southwest is. It's a location. It's not even a location. It's actually just a direction. It's actually just a direction on a compass. That's the festival, a direction on a compass.
I mean, it used to be cool.
Did it really?
It was like Coachella before Coachella. It was, and I think the pilgrimage is more like a Burning Man pilgrimage,
right?
But for tech people and Burning Man is for tech people as well. But I'm saying it's a movies, tech, everything.
Right. And so so you brought up Burning Man, Coachella. Burning Man, Coachella, and South by Southwest, they're one and the same. It's all, again, you look at the price point. I mean, let's look up South by Southwest badge price. I mean, this alone should tell you that it's not a place where culture is celebrated. South by Southwest. Are you ready for the badge price? Let's say you want to go to South by and you want to see your favorite indie band.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So this doesn't get you into all the parts, just certain.
Oh, we're gonna see the whole catalog. South by Southwest. Let's see what South by Southwest is. Let's just find out because I don't know what it is. South by Southwest is a 10-day festival and conference located in the heart of the Joe Rogan podcast studio. Interesting. I thought it showcases the best and brightest in film, tech, and military technology. Bringing together millions of festival goers and the most talented drone operators in the whole world. Very interesting. For an entire week of discovery, innovation, and violence. Although the festival takes over the entire city of Austin, Texas, the majority takes place in downtown, adjacent to Lady Bird Lake, which, by the way, is a lake that is you can't swim in.
Mm-mm.
Because it's too polluted.
I thought it was because of the murder.
I want the Rainy Street Killer to act. I want the Rainy Street Killer to do something this weekend.
They probably have a movie.
There's probably a movie. There's probably an indie film about the Rainy Street Killer being showcased at South by.
There's probably a documentary being made right now about the Rainy Street Ripper.
Well, I actually can confirm that because I'm the Rainy Street Killer.
Oh,
but,
there you go.
So here's a few interesting facts about, for those of you that don't know, again, here's a few interesting facts about South by Southwest. It's the largest music festival in the world. Every year, it brings $350 million in revenue to the host city, Austin, Texas. It was started by a homeless man with a guitar and a ketamine problem in 1987. And its first year, there were over 700 members of an occult in attendance. A few of the musicians that rose to fame through South by Southwest include John Mayer, James Blunt, Haim, the White Stripes, and the list goes on. So it's South by Southwest is the go-to festival for industry professionals in tech, and most major companies will send their employees to South by Southwest. So, and that's exactly the point I want to address here. It's a festival where indie artists and musicians, comedians are paid to dance for the tech elite. That is what South by Southwest is. It is a festival for Facebook employees to attend and do acid that's not real and enjoy mid kind of dry, bland, white indie music that talks about nothing. Like every South by indie band just talks about, like, I don't know, frolicking through the grass and like not texting your boyfriend back and like having like, I didn't text him back. I didn't text my boyfriend back. I will go. Yeah, and it's a guy. And that's why they're famous. You know, it's a gay relationship. I didn't text my boyfriend back. Now I'm frolicking through the grass. That's like every band at South by. And then it's like they're all like bopping up and down. Nothing's worse than an indie band and all the members are like 22-year-old white guys and they bop up and down. I knew so many bands like that in my college. Every indie band at my college was four white guys, a drummer. The drummer would have long hair, and it'd be three guitarists, lead vocalists, and they bop up and down like this. And they go, when you didn't text me back, I was really sad. And then I tried to call you and you didn't pick up your phone. I was really mad.
Sounds like a good song.
I'm telling you, no, it's got a market.
Yeah.
There's a market for that stuff. But like it's
relatable.
It's relatable in the worst way. Mm-hmm. It's relatable in the way that Taco Bell is food. Barely. Yeah. You hear that? You hear that, indie bands? And look, there are exceptions. Tame Impala, incredible indie band. But so, okay. So now that we have I just wanted to establish what South by is. It's South by Southwest. Let me say one more thing about it before we go into the actual story about it. South by Southwest is purgatory for consultants. It's purgatory. It's a vacation where South by Southwest is an excuse for Facebook employees to cheat on their partners. That's the only reason South by exists. It's so that you can fuck your work wife. Sorry. Hey, you know how they say, you know how they're like, your girl's going to Miami? That ain't your girl anymore.
Yeah.
That's, your boyfriend that works at Facebook's going to South by? That ain't your boyfriend anymore. That ain't your boyfriend anymore. All right, let's get to the prices. Okay. So here's why. Look at this shit. If you're on the fence as to whether or not you want to take out a second loan to purchase your South by badge, here's a quick look at the admission costs. Check this shit out, guys. $1,595 interactive badge. It gives you primary access to all South by Southwest conferences and events, exhibitions, and comedy showcases. But you also get access to you get secondary access to every brunch orgy. Well, that's interesting. And the badge prices get more expensive. $19.90 platinum badge. You are the big kahuna if you just want to go all in on South by and get primary access to all the blood orgies day and night, including all access to the best hotel rates, and the opportunity to have sex with dogs. Go platinum.
Nice.
Discounted student badges. If you choose to be a bottom in the blood orgies, you can get a discount on the badges, which I think is cool. So, I mean, look at this. This is the best photo of what. Can you cut to the TV?
Yeah.
This is what South by is. LA hip hop and tacos featuring Roy Choi and Kogi.
Who's Roy Choi and Kogi?
Is this a film? Is this a startup? Roy Choi and Kogi could literally be a startup. It could be like a social media startup. It's anything. It could be a new cryptocurrency. LA hip hop. You know what's so retarded about South by? LA hip hop and tacos probably isn't even a restaurant. It's probably a fucking newspaper. Everything's backwards. I have no voice, so I can't really communicate how fucking retarded South by is. But I'm telling you.
You want me to tell you what it is?
What is it?
It's a food truck.
Roy Choi and Kogi's a food truck?
Yes. It's a very famous food truck.
So what's LA and hip hop and tacos? Is that a restaurant?
I don't know. I guess they're playing LA hip hop and serving.
LA hip hop and tacos.
I mean, they're from LA.
Hip hop and tacos. I mean, what is this?
I guess that's the name of the food truck.
Wait. Okay, hold on. This is amazing. Guys, hip hop and tacos, guess what that is? It's a national Catholic music and evangelization project. That's why I'm boycotting South by, because they're trying to evangelize you into being a fucking Catholic. I can say that as an ex-Catholic. And if you're religious and you're listening to this, again, we make jokes about everything, okay? But you may not just stop listening. If you're religious, hit that little X. Like I always say this, Josh. I go, if you're listening and you're religious, we don't want you. I'm like,
go ahead.
What were you going to say?
So Roy Choi is the guy and Kogi is the type of food.
Roy Choi and Kogi.
Yeah.
Kogi's the type of food?
Kogi's the type of food and Roy Choi's the chef.
And if you're just listening, it's just a photo of like one of the exhibits at South by. I mean, it's an absolute fucking joke. It's just an absolute fucking joke. I live downtown, guys. Don't assassinate me. I do live downtown. And it's just a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare. It's really miserable. And you want to know how it gets even worse, okay? And here's the story that I want to talk about in South by. Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Scowl, Glare, Tomato Flower are among the latest bands to drop off South by Southwest in protest of Army and defense contractor sponsorships. And you know, my bread and butter of this podcast, the bread and butter of this show is defense contracting.
Yeah.
And so when I saw this story, I just had to address it because I think anyone that listens to this headline is thinking the same thing that I'm thinking. What is the Army going to do without the support of Scowl and Glare?
I thought you were going to say when they come for you.
when you know, it's, and I've always said this. If you know me, you know that I'm an optimistic activist person. You know that like I believe in boycotting and I believe in personal responsibility. And so I have deep respect for bands like Tomato Flower for boycotting South by Southwest.
I've never heard of Tomato Flower.
Well, you will soon. You want to know why?
Why?
Because they're going to be more famous for boycotting a festival than for their music.
Oh.
And that is that is the nature of culture today. People are more famous for what they don't do than for what they do. People are famous by deciding on who they affiliate with versus the actual quality and content of the art. But it's so let's dive into this story. I mean, it's so basically a bunch of bands are backing out of South by Southwest because South by Southwest has the Army and Raytheon and Northrop Grumman as a sponsor. And this is what happens when you try to make a festival too big. When you make a festival too big, it's like trying to make everyone happy. Guys, I know this podcast isn't for everyone, I know this podcast is only for retards, and that's why I make it.
Yeah.
Because you guys, the listeners, they're fucking retards. You guys, the atheist retards, the atheist retard nerds, are why I make the show. I know that smart people don't listen to this. I don't, and that's me being honest. I know that only CEOs that rape people and retarded Taco Bell food truck workers listen to the show, and that's fine with me. And what South by Southwest is doing, okay, all right, let me be real. South by Southwest is trying to be the festival for everyone and everything. Well, guess what? You can't be a festival for the army and tomato flour. Sorry. You can't make the army happy and tomato flour happy. You're going to make one of them mad. And you made, guess what, South by Southwest? You made tomato flour mad. So let's see what the heroic artists, and by the way, you're not a hero if you back out of performing at an arts festival. You're not a hero. You're not. It's called, guess what? And again, I hate that I'm an independent, and I don't want to sound like a Republican here, but guess what? It's called performative. What? Say it with me, everyone. Activism.
Oh.
It's performative activism. Did you lose a little bit of money on your band? Yeah. But you know who your band is funded by? Your dad that works at Raytheon. You're going to boycott your dad too? So it's like, and the thing is, when you start to, I don't know, again, it's hard for me to have a take on this because on the one hand, boycotting, there is a case that boycotting businesses works. When you vote with your dollar, that's the only time of voting that even really happens anymore.
Bud Light.
But the thing is, ask yourself this question, right? Bud Light's a great, let's go back to that story. Who's Bud Light sponsoring now? Shane Gillis.
Yeah.
So
it only works, boycotting only works with conservatives, I've noticed. They're the ones that take the biggest chunk. It's like, well, I'm not doing that no more.
The conservative base is a monolith. And that has its pros and its cons. Because on the one hand, when you're a monolith, you don't have a lot of diversity of thought in the party, which can lead to just, a strong man taking it over like Trump.
I think it's just too many things to boycott for liberals. You know what I mean? So they're divided.
Well, and liberals have way more self-hatred.
And Republicans, they really, when they boycott, it's not, I want to go out. Other than if they get to take their trucks out there, they're not going to physically go out there or do anything like that. They're just going to not buy it anymore. It's either that or they take their truck out. It's the only two.
It's interesting because it's like boycotting, I don't know, like, let's really just try to think about this dispassionately because Starbucks is being boycotted because of their ties to Israel. McDonald's is being boycotted because of their ties to Israel. And the average, if you're listening to this, me too, the average person feels powerless. It feels powerless to see horrific things going on overseas. And if you're a decent person, the natural instinct is to ask the question, what can I do to help? And that doesn't make you a pussy liberal. Asking, what can I do within reason to help stop the deaths of babies? That's not a crazy thing. And that's where I feel like a lot of Republicans are like, or a lot of people on the right who are, or not even people, I won't even make it a left-right thing, that a lot of Austinites, apolitical, apathetic, they don't care. And that to me is very callous. But on the one hand, I resonate with that. Because
it's the
follow. But I have the urge too. I have the urge to boycott stuff, but I'm just more cynical.
Yeah. I think a lot of it too is the follow through. Like, for example, also Republicans, when they find out that you're like the Chick-fil-A thing,
right?
When they were boycotting Chick-fil-A,
right? Because of the gay stuff.
What do the conservatives do? They wouldn't buy Chick-fil-A,
right?
When conservatives boycotted Bud Light, liberals didn't go buy Bud Light. You know what I mean?
There was no counter boycott.
There was no exactly. There needs to be a counter. A bigger boycott, which is really crazy, is like you said, liberals right now are boycotting Starbucks because of their involvement. Not their involvement, but their, I don't know.
I guess the CEO donates to the IDF.
He bought some missiles or something.
Yeah,
but I bet you they lost more money when they had the holiday cups. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They lost more
because the holiday, when there was no Christmas cups and it was a holiday cup, conservatives were like, "I'm not buying that."
Starbucks went woke.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and so here's the thing: when you look at the boycotts on either side, maybe there's an argument for Republicans being more forceful. And I've actually read some studies that I think I could be bullshitting, but I think Republicans do take a larger chunk of revenue when they boycott a product. However, did Starbucks die? No. Did Bud Light die?
Yeah. Their stock plummeted.
Let's look at their stock.
Their stock plummeted.
You know what? Let's really, I want to, because boycotting is such a, people have such strong opinions on boycotting where they're like, you're going to go to Starbucks right now? Read the room, buddy. Or they'll be like, you go to Chick-fil-A, read the room. I like coffee and I like chicken. I don't know what to tell you. Okay? But let's look at Bud Light. What's the parent company called? Bud Stop. Anheuser-Busch. Well, and that's the thing that people don't get. And again, we'll get back to South by Southwest. But the point is, you're boycotting a product that's a subsidiary of a multinational conglomerate that sells 20 fucking products.
Yeah, people went to...
You can't make a difference. I don't know.
People went to Modelo.
Right, they went to Modelo.
But isn't that also an Anheuser-Busch beer?
I think so. Well, yeah. Let's look that up.
I'll look that up right now.
Like, look up if Anheuser-Busch owns Modelo. So it's like, again, you have the illusion of choice and here's the funny thing. Here's where it breaks down as a liberal, okay? Liberals and
it's not.
It's not. Okay. Well, even still, we're gonna boycott. Well, that's a conservative boycott. But
liberals were drinking. But that sucked because people thought I was making a statement just by drinking Modelo. I was just like, no, I always drink this.
Right.
And I had to switch to Tecate. Just because of that, I'm like, nah, I don't want to make a statement.
Well, Tecate donates to ICE.
No, they donate to Canelo.
They donate to the cartel. Which I support. Just give Mexico to the cartel.
They already did.
No, but for real, stop.
For real, they already did.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Who enforces the law with more violence? Singapore or the cartel? Have you seen in Singapore, when you go to Singapore, they, on the whatever entry thing that you sign, or when there's signs when you go into Singapore that says the penalty for drug dealers is execution. And as a result, they don't have any drugs. They don't have a drug problem in Singapore. And Singapore is a very industrious nation, very high growing GDP. The cartel has a similar, their business is drugs, but they execute people.
Well, now it's sex trafficking.
Oh, okay. So, really?
Yeah, it's more lucrative for them.
Oh, God, that's so sick. And to think I'm supporting that is really sad.
Jeez.
You think we just podcast down here? You think this podcast is profitable enough? I traffic children. No,
see, I don't bring it up as you.
Yeah, Josh is like, God damn, this guy's gonna get me canceled. So, okay, can you cut to the Bud Light stock?
Yeah.
So if you're just listening, let me look at you know what? Let's look at conservative Bud Light boycott, and let's see when that started. Here we go. Ready? April 2023. Okay. So conservatives started boycotting Bud Light April 2023. Let's go look at it's actually a very simple exercise. Let's go back to April 2023 and let's look at the stock price. April, let's use whatever. Let's use the high. It was at $65. Okay. So that's when the boycott started, and it actually took a very big chunk out of the stock. It went down 20%.
Yeah.
So you could argue, okay, boycotting is effective. But more recently, it's sitting at 63. So it's basically flat. And you could argue, oh, well, it worked because they probably fired Dylan Mulvaney, and now their stock's back up because conservatives are back to buying Bud Light. And I just don't believe that argument. I don't believe that the stock price is driven so much by a fucking trans influencer, and I don't think Bud Light sponsoring Shane Gillis is. It's all a distraction.
February, last month is when they made him a sponsor.
February.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you could argue, okay, the conservatives made an impact on the advertising and the cultural messaging and the affiliations of the product.
Well, also like football, like the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah,
they sold like no Bud Light. They weren't selling any Bud Light at all. People weren't buying it.
So you can't deny that fact. So yes, boycotting does take a chunk out of sales, but like, I don't know. I'm able to be convinced otherwise. Like to me, it just seems like you're trying to change. Like, here's where it breaks down for me. To me, every corporation, and this is a view that the left will tell you, you've heard this before, there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. Have you heard that before?
No.
It's a very popular phrase on Twitter. There's no ethical consumption under capitalism, which means regardless of the products that you buy, you are complicit in genocide. You're complicit in child labor. You're complicit in everything. You're complicit in rape. You're complicit in blah, blah, blah.
Now when you buy Zin's 100%
Legit
and holy.
Yeah. So it's like,
Can you throw me that?
speaking of Zyn, we're going to bleep that out. Here's your, oh, okay. Good catch. So like, guys, I don't want to, I'm sorry. We stayed on this for way too long, but the point is the left, it's a lesser of evils things where it's like, okay, so you're not going to go to South by Southwest because South by Southwest the Army is sponsoring South by. Okay, my point is that they're doing it because they're selfish and they have the moral values that they want the bands, the indie bands, they're all their dads work at Northrop Grumman. The indie bands, they want you to think that they're these moral crusaders, that they will turn down a paycheck if it involves the Army. They want you to think they'll stand up against. They're strong. They're artists. They believe in the message of their art. They want you to believe that. But that's a very leftist thing, right? They're boycotting the military-industrial complex. But they also will say this to you: there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. So it's all, and that's why I'm like, not, at least right now, I just don't really see the point of boycotting, because it's just like you're just thrashing around in the chaos of capitalism. Right. Everything's evil. Yeah. So when you try to make the world a better place, is this bad that I'm saying this?
I'm boycotting right now.
What are you boycotting?
I'm boycotting the Federal Reserve by purchasing Bitcoin.
I love that. But the thing is, you can't boycott the Federal Reserve.
Why not?
If you have cash. If you have cash, you're complicit in the Federal Reserve's inflation of our currency.
I don't save in dollars. I save in Bitcoin.
But you use dollars to buy products.
I have to use dollars to buy products.
So there's no ethical consumption under Federal Reservism.
But their whole thing is they need instead of my being in Bitcoin, I have it in the bank, and then they can use that money to loan other people money. Well, now you can't fucking do that because I didn't give you my fucking money.
I like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? Maybe I'm wrong.
The only way to boycott is financially. You have to financially starve them because they're not. People aren't doing this because they think, "Oh, I'm a good person." And I mean, as far as the corporations will turn on a dime as soon as they find, "Oh shit, we're going down 20%," like Anheuser-Busch. Flip it. No, fuck this.
So you think boycotting works?
Boycotting does. Boycotting financially, voting with your dollars works. That's the only way to talk to a capitalist system. That's the only way to do it. Because if not, then the Wall Street movement in 2012 would have worked. But it didn't. You know what I mean? What people should have done is taken their money out of stocks and stuff like that. But they're not going to do that.
Yeah. I mean, it's no, and so I mean I think when you think about a free market, yeah, you can boycott like, you know, it's almost this, it's just like, there's always going to be a company that every company now is just pandering politically to everyone. And there's always going to be, for every political flavor and persuasion, there's going to be a company that serves that. That's what a free market does. If I'm a libertarian, I want to buy a coffee that markets to libertarians. If I'm a Republican, I want to make I'll buy a coffee that's marketed to.
Well, no, we do convenience. It's convenience. So whether you're liberal
well, not only convenience. Convenience is certainly a factor, but also.
But the only way
Bud Light's convenient, but also they still didn't buy it, even though it's convenient, right?
Because there's other choices, and then you can push somebody too much. I guess that's their limit. What? I am drinking the same thing they're drinking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So if there's an easy replacement,
yes,
it's easy to boycott.
Easy. Correct. And the people that are like, "Oh, I won't use that anymore." You know what I mean? Like a lot of times. You have it is a convenience still because you have the money to make it happen. Like you might spend a little bit more money going somewhere else than for example the Starbucks one. You might go to your local coffee shop, which is even more expensive.
Right. So that's the other thing is it's like, okay, well, how are you going to boycott Apple? Oh, you're sad that kids make the laptops. You're going to go spend $4,000 on a new fucking laptop?
Yeah.
No. And also, guess what? There's some markets where it's just all evil. So I don't know, but I don't want to spend forever on this. But it's regardless of how you feel about boycotts, the South by Southwest Festival is it's losing a lot of big artists, and that's very impactful. So here's a statement. Let me just read some of the bands that are boycotting South by Southwest. Ready? This is really powerful. Let me know if you've heard of any of these bands. Squirrel Flower.
What?
Eliza McLam. Shalom. Wow, that's funny. A band named Shalom. Oh, man, this is amazing. A band named Shalom is boycotting South by Southwest because South by Southwest is being sponsored by the Army, which collaborates with the IDF.
In the Jumper of Love?
Malarkey, proper. Oh, God. There's nothing worse than when a fucking indie band puts a period at the end of their name. Like, that's part of the name.
It's proper.
Ugh. The Curse, the Curls, Merce, Lemon. I'm sure their music's very good. TC Superstar, Villager with 3 R's.
Villager.
Groa with an accent on the O in all caps. I mean, come on. Horse Jumper of Love. Flat Spot Records. But here's the point. When you start to boycott as an artist, that you can never win. So here's a band, Scowl. Scowl made, and again, I don't like that there's a genocide happening in Palestine, and I wish that it would not happen. Does that mean that I won't go do a comedy show for Raytheon? No. If the money's right. And here's the thing. It just depends on your morals. The thing is, and I've said this a lot, you have to ask yourself, Do you want to be an activist? Do you want to be an activist or do you want to be an entrepreneur? Where are your morals?
You can be both.
Well, let's find out how that turned out for Scowl. Scowl dropped out of South by Southwest. Here's their message. Scowl is no longer performing at any of our previously scheduled official South by showcases. We came to this decision in protest of the U.S. Army sponsorship of South by, as well as the involvement of Raytheon, Collins Aerospace, and BAE Systems, 3 companies who did not hire me, whom have direct ties to the manufacturing and supplying of weapons used against Palestinians. We refuse to be complicit in the face of genocide in Palestine. We refuse to participate in the war machine. Aren't you special, Scowl? Aren't you guys so special for not participating in the war machine? I'm not. It's like, grow the fuck up. You're not at UC Berkeley anymore. You're not a 17-year-old at UC Berkeley that went to UC Berkeley early because you're smart and your parents paid for private SAT tutoring. Okay? You're not at UC Berkeley anymore. We are all in the war machine, dumbass. Welcome to the war machine. Okay? This laptop is the war machine. Josh Cabaza is the war machine. We are all
in bed.
Wow. That's my nickname. That's Josh's nickname, the war machine. No, in bed you're the tank. In bed you're the drone operator.
What? That's awful. The drone operator.
You're the dildo operator.
Yeah.
Okay. So again, I just don't like it. I don't like it when I don't like, what's the word? Preaching. You are preaching. It's very preachy. And there's nothing wrong with a little bit of preaching every now and then. But this is too much.
But I mean, okay, so if I'm an indie band and I got a show that's for all ages at 4 o'clock in the afternoon in the middle of the week, how much am I getting paid? You know what I mean? So is it worth because I'll probably end up breaking even. So instead, we're boycotting this. We're not going to do that. And now I don't have to go over there and break even.
Yeah, maybe they're just tired.
And I get more views for my stance.
Right. And it's like, yeah, it's and there's nothing wrong with, like, it's when it's no matter, again, is there a genocide in Palestine? I happen to think so, yes. Am I going to stand up and condemn people for like doing things? You have to go do things. We can't just sit at home and not do things. The world keeps turning. You ever hear that song, People Make the World Go Round? People make the world go round.
Actually, that's not it at all. We have nothing to do with the world rotation at all. So that's false.
Thanks for keeping me honest, Josh.
Yeah.
But my point is, and we'll move on from this, but my point is, as soon as you start to go down this path of like being someone who like, hey, here it is. Ready, Josh? I don't have a problem with you boycotting South by, but just don't announce it. Why'd you announce it? Can't you just do it? Well, I guess you had to announce it because you had the gigs. Yeah. But again, if I was boycotting certain businesses, I wouldn't announce it to you guys and expect you to applaud for me. Hey guys, I just want you to know I'm boycotting Starbucks because there's a genocide and you should all boycott Starbucks too. No, I'm here to make you laugh. I'm here to make you laugh and pick up guns and murder civilians. That's my voice.
You don't boycott anything right now?
No.
I boycott condoms. Never again. Never again.
You know who is complicit in genocide?
Oh yeah, Trojan. Yep.
You know who actually kills millions every day?
Yep.
Trojan condoms.
Yep. And they're all ribbed and shit.
Ribbed for the death of millions.
Yep.
Every time the sperm you blow a load into a Trojan,
especially the spermicidal
spermicide.
Yeah.
You know, it's spermicide. You know who Rage Against the Machine should write a song called Spermicide.
Yeah, that's worse than demo side.
Loads blown into Trojans. Spermicide. Why all the sperm die?
That sounds more like Green Day.
My girlfriend wanted to use a condom. Next time your girlfriend's like, baby, can you use a condom? Like, I really just want to be safe. Just be like, so you're complicit in genocide.
Yep.
You want to kill all my sperm? Once you start publicly boycotting things and pandering, guess what happens? They will eat you up. Because guess what? Here's Twitter. Scowl. My favorite band, Scowl, who I've never heard of. My favorite band, Scowl, that I just heard of yesterday. All my friends listen to Scowl, and now I love Scowl too because all my friends like it. Scowl is boycotting South by, but guess what? You can never make these people happy. You can never satisfy them. Scowl boycotts South by, and then here's a comment from one of the Scowl fans. Would be cool to also see you apologize for taking Taco Bell's money, a subsidiary of Yum Brands, who's invested in Israeli startups and whose other subsidiary, Pizza Hut, recently donated food to Israeli soldiers. Maybe donate the money you earned to an org supporting Palestinians. Okay, so they can't take money from South by Southwest. They can't take money from Taco Bell. Hey, guess what? Can they even sell tickets to people in Austin? So they're doing all these unofficial shows in Austin that are not affiliated with South by.
Oh, they get sued for that.
Really?
If you have a contract with South by to perform, there's like I think
there's a non-compete.
Yeah, non-compete. You can't do a show
Or
within
exclusivity clause.
100 miles of Austin or some shit like that.
I bet you that's in there.
Yeah.
But it's where's the line? That's my point with this whole story. And I know we'll move on. But my point is, when you start to boycott and become an activist, there will always be people pushing you to be further activists.
Yep.
So
until you burn yourself on in front of a gate.
Exactly. It's like, I'm not going to set myself on fire yet. Maybe one day.
As a closer.
But like, yeah, to close my last special, I'll self-immolate. How fucking crazy would that be? I would do that.
Standing ovation.
Dude, if I like got my 8th special, I'm like 3 times divorced.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like 80 and I get a standing O and then I self-immolate at the I close with a self-immolation. That'd be fucking awesome. I would do that. I would literally commit suicide at 85 just as like a statement.
No, you live and then somebody has to gum up your peaches and put it in your mouth.
What is life at 85 anyway? Kids in Gaza will never know.
Oh, shit.
Which is why I'm boycotting South by Southwest. I'm boycotting South by because of the genocide in Palestine, but also because the indie band's lineup this year sucked.
Because they all boycotted.
And then everyone goes, big W, respect. Good job, Scowl. I love Scowl. And this guy goes, punk's being punk. Please. It's like, and then this person goes, but y'all are okay living in and paying taxes to a country/government who's been funding a war that's lasted for over 20 years. What do you want Scowl to do? Move countries?
Yes.
So where is the line? If the genocide happens in Palestine, we should be trying to stop it. But should we all leave America? Should I have to uproot my whole life? My whole life because I'm complicit. I'm complicit in the genocide. It's very frustrating, and my point is this kind of shit doesn't help. When you criticize
That's why their boycotting doesn't work. That's my whole point. The boycott doesn't work with liberals because, like you said, it keeps going further and further. So they're so separated that they can't join together to boycott correctly.
Right. Or there's no like conservative boycotts is like a fucking rail gun.
Yeah.
It's like, because they're retarded. Like Republicans are retarded, and so boycotting works. It's like conservatives have like, y'all hear Bud Light back to trains, guy?
Hive mind.
Fuck that shit. Fuck Bud Light. Kid Rock shoots at Bud Light.
Yeah.
And it's like a fucking laser. It's they say Jewish space laser.
Yeah.
It's a Republican space laser that goes. When liberals boycott something, it's like a swarm of bees. It's like, hey, did you guys hear Chick-fil-A? Did you guys hear Chick-fil-A doesn't like gay people? Fuck that.
But they weren't even at Chick-fil-A in the first place.
Right.
And so you're just creating a Twitter storm.
Well, no, what you're doing is you're opening bees, and you're like, guys, did you hear about Chick-fil-A? Then they open a thing of bees, and the bees like fly everywhere and sting everyone.
Yeah, but everybody's in their car in the Chick-fil-A line, so they don't give a shit. Like, there's a lot of bees out here. And you know what really sucked? You know what I hated the boycott? Because then I couldn't go to Chick-fil-A, not because it's just like I'm supporting you, but because the lines were too fucking long. And then I had to go to Wendy's next door.
Right.
So then it made it seem like, oh, you support us because you're going to Wendy's. It's like, no, I'm not going to wait in that fucking line.
Right. Because convenience is more important to you than morals.
For everybody, I guess.
So that's that. I would recommend going to South by if you're a soulless person like me. Let's move on. What are we at? How long we spent on South?
We're at 50.
50? Jesus. I did not mean to spend 50 minutes on South by, but
Did you put Haiti in there?
hopefully it gets clicks. Haiti?
Yeah.
No, I didn't put Haiti.
You didn't hear what happened in Haiti?
Was it genocide?
Cannibals.
What?
Yeah.
Like there's no food?
Like they're killing people, like gangs are killing people and eating them.
That's good.
You didn't hear about that?
I like that.
Yeah.
I support that.
And now Republicans are trying to scare people by saying like, and they can come over here and they'll eat you. It's like, okay.
So I can go to Haiti and eat someone? And that's okay?
There's videos of it too.
Oh, God. Have you seen them?
The leader's name for is Barbecue, and he wears a big Freemason pendant.
He's a Freemason?
I doubt it, but he wears a big Freemason pendant.
Well, the Freemasons only eat cooked people.
Oh, well, yeah, they cook them. They cook them. They're not like eating them raw.
Well, see, the thing is, when you live in there's no ethical consumption under cannibalism.
What happened to all the people all the money that Haiti was supposed to get?
It was redirected.
To the Clintons?
It was redirected, yeah, to the Clintons, and it was redirected into various nonprofits. Nonprofit is the word I use for Epstein's Island.
Oh my! There was a general before. His name was General. Well, he wasn't a real general, but I forgot what country it was. But it was General Butt Naked, and he would kill people with a machete, butt ass naked, and he'd also consume them. And they're like, "What does human taste like?" And he goes, "The ribs taste like pork ribs."
Oh,
and
God.
made me not eat baby back ribs for like 6 months.
God.
And then I was just like, I'm gonna eat them again. But yeah, he said it tastes like pork.
I mean, I don't even know what to say to that. I don't even know what to say. Haiti. What is Haiti? Are they a socialist country, or are they like?
Man, I don't know if they have any form of government right now.
Is it just like? Somehow it's our fault though, right?
Yeah, after the earthquake, a bunch of people donated, but all those funds nobody knows where those funds went. I think Wycliffe wanted to be their president or some shit too.
Really, Wycliffe?
Yeah, back in the day.
Okay, let's take a look at this. This is actually pretty crazy. Okay, ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here's from Reddit, so we don't know. There are literally videos of people eating each other in Haiti. You can look it up, but I strongly advise against it. In Haiti, as in Palestine, the West gets away with the most obscene Hitlerite propaganda to justify its violent agenda. So that is a guy reacting to this news story. Here's the headline. Haiti cannibal gang are eating people they've killed on the streets as violence erupts. And if you're just listening, there's a shot of Rainy Street at South by Southwest. Guys, breaking news. Cannibalism erupts in Haiti and South by Southwest. Tech bros everywhere were left out of their hotels because their cards got declined. And they were forced to eat each other. The cannibalism continued for hours and hours. So I don't know. I mean,
they were taking them off of Twitter. People were sharing it on Twitter and they took it off.
So is it because of is it actually gangs, or is this just the result of just a if a country has no food, some people are going to start eating each other.
I'm pretty sure that's part of it, but yeah, no, the gangs there's gangs that are fighting, and then they collect the dead, and barbecue them up.
Haiti's, actually Barbecue headline South by. He's also a guitarist.
Yeah.
So
no, he's boycotting them.
so guys, Haiti has a new notorious gang leader. His name is Barbecue, and he's known because of his, let's say, affinity for consuming human beings. He's a cannibal. People don't know this about Barbecue, but he actually also backed out of South by Southwest because South by supports the army. And so that's why it's important not to just read the news and all of this propaganda that you hear in the Western media that's trying to vilify Barbecue. Barbecue's a good guy.
He's part of the G9 and Family Gang.
G9, the group of 9, right?
I have no idea.
That's like the group, the G7, the countries.
Oh, yeah.
See, the group of 9 is America, Russia, the UK, da-da-da-da, and the last guy, what is Barbecue? So Jimmy Cherizier is in command of the bulk of the gunmen stirring anarchy in the capital. Here's a quote. "I'm ready to make an alliance with the devil, ready to sleep in the same bed as the devil, and I'm excited for the various technology exhibits at South by Southwest."
With the devil.
With the devil. He likened himself to Martin MLK during an interview with the New Yorker last year. Here's Barbecue. "I have a dream that little boys and little girls can be eaten without any problem on the streets, from the rolling hills of North Carolina to the streets of Haiti. Boys and girls should eat freely each other without issue." Unfortunately, Barbecue is now the most powerful man in Haiti. That sounds like a tweet.
Yeah.
I mean, his name is awesome. I'm glad you mentioned this. His name's Barbecue.
Yeah.
So here's a photo. Tires are on fire. If you're just listening, it's tires are on fire. This guy's kicking some tires. Oh, it's 6 photos. Let's see what else we got here. The Haitian capital has been plunged into chaos as gangs attempt to oust Prime Minister Ariel Henry. So it's just your standard military coup with a little bit of cannibalism. This is barely a story. This is barely a fucking story, truly. People like to report on stuff. Hey guys, hey New York Post, you're reporting on Haiti and the cannibalism. How about you report on shit that matters? 5 indie bands backed out of South by Southwest.
Yep.
I don't see you reporting on that. I see you reporting on cannibalism in Haiti, which, by the way, not that big a deal. What about Tomato Flower? Tomato Flower backed out of an indie music festival in Austin, Texas, the biggest city in the world, and you don't report on it. So I hate the media. That's horrific here. The violence in Haiti has been mainly aimed at Henry, the current prime minister, who was appointed prime minister following the assassination of President Jovenel. You know, it's not good when you get a job and the last guy who had the job got assassinated.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good.
He was going to step down in February.
Look, if Barbecue can bring peace to Haiti,
he wants to sleep with the devil.
But the devil promises peace, and the devil delivers on his promises. I know that for a fact because I made a pact with the devil. That's just crazy, man.
I know a guy who sold his soul to the devil.
You do?
Yeah. He sold his soul to the devil for a transmission for his car. I'm 100% serious. He said he made a deal, and his transmission worked, and I was like, you're stupid. This is the stupidest person ever.
Hey, people gotta drive, dude. People gotta get to work.
How do you pray to the devil for your transmission?
You go, oh, holy Satan, help my truck. Holy Satan, help my... A lot of Catholic chanting is like in minor keys.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Lord very much.
It's easy to sing.
God loves me.
I wonder how much of that is also like where, like, you know, monks are like, and you get in that chant.
It's probably that. It's a little bit of that. They actually did that at South by.
Mm-hmm.
Elon Musk, listen to our prayers.
You know what? I haven't seen it in a long time,
Who?
and I was hoping they're going to be at South by. The Israelites. None of them are out there.
The Black Israelites?
None of them have been out there
Where's
for weeks.
the Black Israelites South by exhibit?
Since it got cold, nobody came out. I'm serious. Since December.
They go out there. You know, I bet you the Black Israelites backed out because they're like,
Last
we
minute.
are the real Israelis.
Yeah.
We are the real Jews.
Give us the money.
Yeah, I love the Black Israelites go out there, like they make like a good point and then they like make a very bad point. Like the Black Israelites go out and they're like, the government of Israel is a lie, killing the people in Gaza. It's not their land. And you're like, hell yeah, free Palestine. And then they're like, we should be the one murdering the Palestinians. And you're like, whoa. We have the right. No one has the right to spill the blood of the Palestinians, but the Black Israelites. It's like, what? Which I mean, I'm not totally opposed to. No, that's bad. Murder's bad. Evidently, some of the indie bands also see that too. So let's go over the pond back to America and let's talk about the Oscars. Did you watch the Oscars? Dear listeners, did you watch? I did not. I watched the monologue. Jimmy Kimmel's monologue was so bland. Did you watch his monologue?
No, I saw some clips. John Cena was naked.
Right.
And Robert Downey Jr. won his first Oscar.
Hey, Robert Downey Jr., on behalf of everyone at Sean's show, eat a fucking dick. I don't care. You were in a Marvel movie. I will never do a Marvel movie. That is my one thing.
DC?
Never. Nope. No superheroes.
Oh.
I'll only do a superhero movie if it's like a satire on superhero movies. So and again, let's stay on theme. You know, there were protests and boycotts of the Oscars. So the Oscars were on yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
So there were protests outside the Dolby Theater, which is where the Oscars were hosted, by people calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. There were, excuse me. Sorry, guys, my fucking throat's killing me. Pleas for peace. It was the same as it always was. The Oscars it's never anything new. See, my problem with the Oscars these days is the Oscars tries to be self-aware, but it doesn't work. Like Jimmy Kimmel, the host of every Oscars now, the only one to really do it well was Richard Gervais.
Mm-hmm.
Ricky Gervais. That's his name, right?
Yeah.
He goes up there and he goes, you are in no position to lecture the public on what is right or wrong. So when you get up here, thank your agent, thank your God, and get the fuck off the stage.
Yeah, you just see Harrison Ford off.
It's great. And it's like, yeah, right.
I know he's your friend. I know. When you're talking about Epstein.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's like that. He's the only one. Because you know why? The only way as a host to speak to the real public about the Oscars is you have to go scorched earth on the people there. That's the only way it's going to resonate with the general public. Or else the Oscars is for...
And you got to drink a beer while you do it.
Right.
He was drinking a beer.
That's amazing. That's the only way that you're going to make the Oscars actually funny. Because what Jimmy Fallon did, Jimmy Kimmel, what Jimmy Fallon did...
Same person.
Yeah, literally. What Jimmy Fallon did is he just like went up there and he was like, look, guys, I know we're all really rich here and we all love drinking smoothies and being and having chihuahuas that shiver, but let's remember that it's not just about us. So he like tried to like roast everyone, but the roast was so... It had no teeth to it.
But he doesn't have the same, like Ricky Gervais is a director, an actor, a writer. He has all these different things.
He doesn't care. Ultimately, he doesn't care.
And he doesn't care because he writes his own stuff.
That's right.
Jimmy Kimmel doesn't have that. You know what I mean? He was given it.
Jimmy Fallon.
Same person.
And so the big thing I want to talk about from the Oscars is the big thing is the big red pins. So there were a bunch of actors. Was that John Cena naked?
Yeah, that was John Cena naked. So the conspiracy on that was that this is his humiliation ritual to be in Hollywood, and because before that, the last movie he's in, he's wearing like a little schoolgirl outfit.
In the movie?
In the movie. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. So they're saying like,
You thought that was the humiliation thing?
Well, no, he's going through the humiliation ritual right now
to be a part of the cabal
of the Illuminati or whatever fucking Twitter said.
If you're just listening, it's a picture of John Cena butt naked with a sign that says costume design over his penis.
Yeah, it was the card, and then he was just like, I can't open the card.
Wow. I mean, his body looks great. His body looks. If he's in the Illuminati, I want to be in the Illuminati. Christopher Nolan. Again, they're celebrated artists. Everyone works hard. You know that meme. Everyone's so creative.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel about the Oscars. Like, I don't like, and maybe it's my autism, but I don't like celebration. When you make the thing and people enjoy the thing, that's the celebration, is the enjoyment of the thing, the product, the thing, the innovation. When you have a whole award show, it's just gross. Actually, surprisingly, here we go. So, actually, no, the Oscars, the AP article doesn't talk about it. So, there was a bunch of artists that wore these pins to the Oscars calling for a ceasefire in Gaza.
Mm-hmm.
So, here we go. Protesters turn Oscars red carpet into gridlock as show threatens to start with many empty seats. Oh, so it started late because of the protesters. Very interesting. So it's... Here we go. Here's the point I was trying to find. So on the red carpet, Billie Eilish and Rami Youssef, very funny comedian, and more celebrities wore red pins in support of Artists for Ceasefire at the Oscars red carpet on Sunday. So I want to talk about these red pins. So they go, here's a quote. We're calling for an immediate permanent ceasefire in Gaza. Agreed. I agree with that. We're calling for peace and lasting justice for the people of Palestine. Totally on board, bro. It's a universal message of let's stop killing kids. Let's not be part of more war. No one has ever looked back at war and thought a bombing campaign was a good idea. You're wrong about that. Hiroshima and Nagasaki, people love that one. People love those bombs. I'm not kidding. People think Hiroshima and Nagasaki ended the war. And I'm like, you are a bootlicking fucking Hitler cock-sucking scumbag. If you think that Hiroshima and Nagasaki bombing Japanese cities, if you think that ended a war, really think about what you're saying. You're killing 40, whatever, you're killing tens of thousands of people now to quote unquote save potentially hundreds of thousands more people that are not even dead yet. You're killing them now to save people that are not even in danger, under the threat of death. And you think that that's good, you're a genius. And you should really convince me that it's true, because I'm convincible. Again, Rami's a very funny comic. I'd love to open for him someday. And I have a tremendous... Let me just say something for real, like without joking for once. Like, you see what's going on in Gaza? You think I want that to keep going on? No. But like, when you, like, I don't know, I don't have a big voice right now. Like, my platform's not that big. Like, but if I had 1 million listeners, I wonder, would I feel a similar responsibility to like tell my audience to call for a ceasefire? Would I be?
Who's your sponsors?
I mean, obviously, we Raytheon.
Oh, then no, you can't. You wouldn't be able to.
But like, is it when you? Like, I don't know, dude. I mean, it's just like something I've been thinking about a lot. Where it's like this is a comedy podcast. Try to make you laugh. So, is it like this is the product? Is I make the show and the goal is to make you laugh. But if I squeeze in this very serious, I just don't like artists saying like, hey guys, I know you like me for this thing, but let me just put that aside for now because this is a moment that's bigger than all of us. We need to have a ceasefire in Gaza now. And I have a platform and it's my responsibility to tell you that we need a ceasefire. Like, I don't know. Is that like, does that help? It has to help. So is anyone with a platform?
You make people
You have
aware.
to take a side, spread awareness.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm trying to like poke holes in all the people that are standing up for Palestine is because I'm pro-Israel. And that is the big reveal for this episode. Is this whole time
It wasn't a big review. Everybody knew that. Everybody knew.
Guys, you thought all those were just jokes about like I actually am an activist, and you thought that was all jokes. I'm trying to poke holes so that you give up on your activism, so that Israel can finally win. Da 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 da.
Jesus.
Da 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 da. How long have we been going for?
An hour 11.
Hour 11. All right. We're going to keep this bitch going. Actually, could the camera see that? See, the thing is, okay,
Yeah.
so I'm sorry. You know, I've been looking, sidebar, I've been looking at the analytics for the show,
Uh-huh.
and whenever you say stuff like, we'll wrap it up after this, people click away.
Yeah.
So that's why I said we're going to keep this bitch going. But, you know, I've already...
yeah, you already
ruined
let
it.
him in on the
Don't
secret.
click away, bitch. Don't click away. I know you're on the X. Don't fucking do it. Stay right here. Let's close it out. Now you clicked away. Boeing. Fuck, my voice is so shot. Trump. Do you want to do TikTok or Boeing? Let's do Boeing.
All right.
Oh my God, my voice is so shot. Speaking of defense contractors, let's talk about Boeing. So it seems like every day now there's a fucking plane, landing gear flies off a plane, a wheel. Dude, did you see there was a wheel that fell off a plane as the landing gear was being pushed into the plane? A wheel flew off the plane and landed on like these cars.
No, I didn't see
Crazy, bro. And I fly a lot, so I'm very like scared of this
that.
stuff.
It's gremlins.
I mean, I'm definitely complicit in genocide because I fly a Boeing and Boeing makes bombs. So it's like, yeah, are you gonna like what? So if you fly in a plane, you're complicit in genocide?
Yes.
Get the fuck over yourself.
That's why Greta Thunberg only does sailboats and bikes.
Is that true?
I don't know.
You could have fooled me. No, Greta Thunberg flies in her PJ to the World Economic Forum.
An eagle picks her up and she's fucking...
She just teleports there
Yeah.
because she's in the Illuminati. You know, when you join the Illuminati, you get teleportation,
that'd be
which
nice.
is pretty sick, and X-ray vision, and you get to insider trade. Let's look at Boeing. Boeing faces a crisis of confidence with the share price slumping down 25% this year after the Justice Department opened a criminal investigation into an accident that threw the company into disarray. So I actually watched a lot of videos on Boeing, and what is going on with this company is it's run by MBAs. It's run by people with business degrees now that are trying to cut costs, and they try to basically reframe the company so that it's all about maximizing profit
Yeah, we heard their earnings call a few months ago.
We did.
Yeah.
And it's very bad. It's very bad for the company. It's facing a lot of scrutiny right now. Missing bolts. Again, we had the door. That was a very big story. The door plug. I thought it was butt plug for a while, but no, that's the butt plug is in the Boeing CEO's asshole. That's wedged in there good. That's not coming out. That's not coming out. The FAA and the NTSB are investigating the accident as well as broader safety practices at Boeing. Well, see, here's the thing. When you do, look, I'm going to type in, I guarantee you, Boeing stock buyback. You want to know why Boeing is fucking going to shit right now and the planes are crashing and the planes are falling apart? Boeing spent $43 billion on stock buybacks. And again, I don't explain finance concepts on the show. If you don't know what a stock buyback is, it's time to find your dad's gun and put it in your mouth because it's over for you. It's over for you. If you don't know what a stock buyback is, then I don't know what to tell you. That's why you're unemployed. Go look up what a stock. It's just when a company buys back their own stock to create. It's basically diluting, or no, what's the opposite of dilutive? It's accretive. That's the word. So it's basically financial engineering to increase the value of the stock because you're lowering the supply of the stock. Right. And so let's look at Boeing stock buybacks on a quarterly basis. Hey, no other comedy podcast is doing stock buybacks on a quarterly basis and making it funny. Suck my dick. No data to display. That sucks. Here we go. 10 years. 3. Okay. So they did $2 billion, and then they did another $300 million. But before that, I mean, it was just basically this entire last 2010 to 2020, it was just a stock buybacks every fucking quarter.
2017, it said 9-point-something billion.
It's insanity. And so there's no wonder that this company's falling apart. It's because instead of reinvesting billions of dollars into the plane and making the plane safe, they're buying back stock because they want to enrich themselves. And that's fine, but I don't want to fly in these planes. It's very scary. And I really don't know. I really don't know what to do. Like, I mean, is it like, do we just take buses now?
Southwest Boeings?
Yeah. Every fucking airliner uses Boeings. It's crazy, dude. What was this? What was this incident? On Monday, 10 passengers and a crew on a LATAM Airlines group flight were hospitalized after the plane encountered unexpected turbulence from Sydney to Auckland. The airline said the Boeing experienced a, quote, technical event during the flight which caused a strong movement. That's a fancy way of saying that the plane started vibrating uncontrollably and broke everyone's necks. Okay? So, again.
What if it's the aliens? What if it's the UFOs? They're breaking all the planes.
It could be. Well, actually, in a way, that's true because they're hiring all these migrants that don't know how to do the job.
Oh, there you go. Let's do blimps. Let's bring blimps back.
I'm honest. I would fly it.
I want to travel 60 miles per hour in the air.
Dude, I mean, you get shot down. One bullet,
yeah.
The whole blimp's fucked.
Bird craps on it. Fucking.
Well, birds take down planes too, man.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's there's really not much more to say. I mean, it's just indicative of like the whole. Again, my point here is America's going to shit. People don't make good movies. There hasn't been a good movie since 2008. The last good movie was Knowing with Nicolas Cage, a great movie about aliens. We'll talk about aliens. That was a good movie about aliens. It got a 6.2 on IMDb, which was a very low rating. I thought it deserved higher than that.
It's because Nicolas Cage is on it.
Right, Nick Cage is like toxic now to movies. He's like poison. But we're gonna stay positive. My point is stay positive. I love you, and it's time to boycott any company or festival Here's my closing remark. Boycott anything that supports the United States or Israel. And so if you're in America, that means you need to move to Canada. But you can't drive to Canada because you can't buy gasoline. You need to walk to Canada. Actually, if you walk, you're going to be walking on sidewalks funded by taxes that are also used to buy weapons in Israel. So you can't even use public roads to get to Canada. Set yourself on fire. But you can't use gasoline. You can't go to the store and buy gasoline and use that to self-immolate because the sales tax will go support Israel. So you can't, if you're going to self-immolate, you can't buy gas at an American store because that supports Israel. And that'll defeat the purpose of your self-immolation.
Wow.
So you can't even do that. So what should you really do if you want to help stop the genocide in Gaza? Join facebook.com/group/Sean Show. That is the number one way that you can help the people of Gaza. Help the people in Gaza and save their lives by following Sean Show on Spotify. We have did you know we have 30 followers on Spotify?
Fuck yeah.
It's a very good big number. We're going to get that number up to 100. And at that point, I will sell out and you will be hearing a lot about DraftKings and Dr. Squatch.
And Blue Chew.
And Blue Chew. Unfortunately, I do have a cock that doesn't work. Guys, stay safe out there. That's our show. I love you so much. I'm on the road. I'm going to be in Columbus this coming Saturday. If you're in Columbus, Ohio, come to the show. Saturday, March 16th at the Attic Comedy Club in Columbus, Ohio. And then I'm on the road with my good buddy Sammy Obeid from the whole month of April. And then in May, I'm at Capitol Hill Comedy /Bar, May 17th. May 24th, Tampa, Florida. June 21st, San Diego, California, baby. So come see a show. SeanReillyComedy.com for tickets. Josh, where can people find you?
At Josh Cabasa, and check out Battle of the Sketches April 18th through the 20th. That's during Moon Tower at the Black Rabbit. 3 days of comedy film.
And go to the Black Rabbit in Austin. It is the hottest new comedy club. It's the best comedy club in Austin, Texas.
Yeah.
The number one club. I'm looking at the camera. Black Rabbit is the number one club in Austin, Texas. By a long shot. Right, Josh?
Yeah.
All right, we should have ended the show before that. It's Comedy Mothership, and then Black Rabbit's number 2. I'd like to perform there. Bye!